What's up, nerds and nerdettes and wee little nerdlings all? It's your buddy Big Johnny G for Two Gun Pixie presents Legendary Gaming. All right, thank you very much, everyone, for coming out and joining me here for a Tabletop Takeout Tuesday. In fact, today's Tabletop Takeout Tuesday, we're going to take a slightly different approach to things. I love role-playing games. As many of my longtime friends here on YouTube know, that's how I cut my teeth. Dungeons & Dragons. All the way back in the summer of 1977 when I was just a wee little child of 8 summers old. And that has dominated my life. It really has. It has created friendships that would not have otherwise been there. It has given me countless amount of adventures. But one of the biggest problems with role-playing games is that you need people. You need bodies at the table. And preferably bodies that are breathing. Definitely a big help. So now what happens? What do you do if you're like me and you absolutely love role-playing games? But it's getting harder and harder, year by year, to make sure that people have enough time in their schedule dedicated to a serious campaign. You can't play D&D alone. You can't really play Pathfinder alone. All the classic and the great RPGs, generally speaking, are team games. Not necessarily anymore. So my friends, if you are an RPGer, if you love rolling those dice and sending characters out on quests and adventures, can't always get the gaming gang together, I want to tell you about a game. Now you've heard me mention it, I've done playthroughs of this, but what will it take if you, or any of you, want to play this game? So for today's Tabletop Takeout Tuesday, my friends, I am here to give you the lowdown on what you need if you want to start an awesome solo RPG. And that game, my friends, 4 Against Darkness by Ganesha Games. So all right, we're here and it's time to talk about this. So thank you very much, my friends. And, I want to say thank you to everyone that's been subscribing to the channel, that's been hitting that notification bell. Really cool. Thank you so much. As well as everyone that's been checking us out on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Very sweet. And I also know that a few of you have gone over to our Zazzle store and checked out some of our merch, the official Two Gun Pixie Zazzle store. So again, thank you very much, everyone. But you know what? I'm not going to hold you back. Why don't we get down to the bench or the table or wherever the hell I'm going to talk about this and talk about this. I'll see you all down there in a moment. Hey, nerds and nerdettes and wee little nerdlings all. Have you been looking forward to chucking some dice and taking some classic characters on some amazing quests? But unfortunately, no one was able to show up for role-playing game day? What to do? Well, you could always play with yourself, but how could I play when I have no other players or even a dungeon DM to play with? Mr. G? How, my friend? You can always try 4 Against Darkness, a solitary dungeon delving pen and paper game. That's right, 4 Against Darkness, a solo DM-less RPG that can actually handle up to 4 players, but finds its sweet spot as a solo game. Choose 4 characters from a list of classic types: warrior, wizard, rogue, halfling, dwarf, barbarian, cleric, or elf. Equip them and venture into dungeons created by dice rolls and your own choices. You will fight monsters, manage resources, grab treasure, dodge traps, find clues, and even accept quests from the monsters themselves. Your characters will level up, becoming more powerful with each game they survive. If they survive. Wow. How can I become a part of such a great game? Well, actually, all you need is this one core book. And it's available as a PDF or as a hard copy. With this one book, you'll find the information you need for all your characters, generating maps, encounter charts, random treasures, all adding up to near limitless possibilities. Like any good RPG system, pre-generated, pre-written adventures, modules, they do exist. We here at Two Gun Pixie highly suggest that if you're going to use a pre-generated adventure, if you're going to buy a module, that you start with Caves of the Kobold Slave Masters. The main reason that we say this is because this one adventure will give you the opportunity to see how several different types run, from a fixed dungeon with fixed encounters to an adventure where you get to roll for the random monsters and treasures that you're going to get. And it actually ends off with what can be best described as a tower defense game. Now, Dark Waters is another great module to start with. Perfect for first level characters, especially if you know the game already. If you're familiar with the game rules, this is the module to start with. Now, in this adventure book, it also gives a new class. In this book, you will find the new class of Swashbuckler that will be available for any other adventures, future runs that you do down the road. And speaking of books with new classes, there are a few. Several of the adventures have new classes in them, but there are two books in particular that are dedicated solely to new classes and their abilities. And that is the Concise Compendium of Classes, in which you'll find such classes as the Assassin, Fire Elf, Harlequin, Luton, Marksman, Monk, Ogre Mercenary, Elder, and the Wilderness Guide. All new classes to spice up your game, to add that new something extra factor to them. And then there's also the Wayfarers and Adventurers. This book will bring to your table druids, martial mystics, gnomes, wood elves, and even green trolls. All playable classes, all these characters available to run through any adventure you make or that has already been printed. With all these new characters, you're going to need more adventures. And there are more than just the introductory adventures. You can take your characters and max them out all the way up to 5th level with these adventures. What could I do with my characters after they reach 5th level then? I may grow attached to one or more of them. Do I just abandon them? 5th level is not the end, my friends. Once you reach that, it is time to shatter that ceiling. You can acquire 4 Against the Abyss, which has rules and has updates to help you bring your characters all the way up to 9th level. For a different flavor, a different style. There are other options within the rule systems of 4 Against Darkness. The Knight of Destiny gives you the opportunity to run an exclusively solo adventure as a knight in King Arthur's court, and your quest to find the Holy Grail itself, and then safely deliver it back to Arthur in Camelot. You can also take a trip back to ancient Greece with 4 Against the Titans, and choose unique characters in this setting, demigods, who are trying to save Zeus himself. And there's the newest addition to this, 4 Against Ragnarok. There is your entry guide level to the world of 4 Against Darkness, a solitaire dungeon-delving pen and paper game. A role-playing game with no DM, yet endless possibilities. Thank you very much, my friends. Thank you for checking out this beginner's guide, so to speak, to 4 Against Darkness. I'm your buddy Big Johnny G for Two Gun Pixie Presents Legendary Gaming, and my friends, I am out of here.